I chose the public health category, and more specifically, I'm going to do how millennials are shaping the healthcare industry. There's a lot of good discussion, not only in politics but also in the general population, of how healthcare should be reformed. You're not going to find too many people that are saying that the healthcare industry and the way healthcare works in America is fine. People want reform. Now, whether that's through a complete overhaul of the system that we have now or minor tweaks here and there, that's where the good discussion lies, and it really interests me. So I know that millennials becoming the older generation, as we get older, we are shaping that conversation, but also shaping how healthcare is working. And so that's what I'm going to dive into. Some topics that I picked out for that would be how we want faster care, how the internet is shaping our desire of care, what a generally healthier population as the millennial generation, how that's shaping how healthcare is working, and also how rising costs of healthcare and confusing costs of healthcare is going to affect what millennials want in our healthcare system. So for fast care, as a generation that is constantly being told how we want things as quick as possible, instant gratification, whatever, I would say that's generally true, just because we know it can be done faster. We're a generation that's raised in technology, and so everything's become quicker, and it's because it can be quicker. And I think millennials want that applied to healthcare. We want faster healthcare. I think you'll find that my generation as a millennial, we want to go to maybe a minute clinic or an urgent care clinic, maybe seen by a nurse practitioner or a physician's assistant or a nurse or something to get our checkup done, because we know we don't need to go to a no-kidding hospital, sit in a waiting room, go see a doctor. It doesn't have to be that way. I think an older generation wants that, and I think you're going to see that the healthcare is going to change to where most millennials are just going to go into a clinic and get our minor things taken care of that we want taken care of. For internet use, I think we're going to see technology and applications and programs being used to stay out of a hospital. I think you're going to see more virtual face-to-face visits with doctors. And I think that's going to be a struggle, because I know healthcare professionals would rather see their patient face-to-face. And I think internet use is going to play a huge role in how millennials want to see healthcare changed. My third one would be the generally healthier population. I think just through the easy access of information, millennials generally are healthier than the older generations. I think we see that through the decline in smoking and the incline in the rate of people exercising and dieting correctly. And I wonder how that's going to shape what's actually needed in general healthcare needs. And so I'm going to look more into that. And then as far as costs, with stagnant wages in the middle class and rising debts like student debt, personal loans, stuff like that, I think our generation is more frustrated with the ambiguity of what costs are necessary for healthcare. So I think you're going to see millennials demand more upfront estimates with plainer text describing what things are and how they're going to be paid for. And I think that's going to be a struggle, because our healthcare industry is so diluted with random costs and just things that don't make sense to people like me and people in my generation. So I think we're going to find a struggle between millennials and healthcare professionals with how costs are described and also how much they cost in general. Some sources that I'm going to need is I'm going to need some hard facts and statistics to back up the claims that I've just made, everything that I just said, especially regarding to millennials being a healthier generation than the generation before me. I don't know if that's true, just through some research that I've done and just from what I've seen. I'll have to see if the statistics match up with millennials actually being healthier than previous generations. I'm also going to want to talk with people that are actually using everyday healthcare. I'm in the military, so I have free healthcare, so it's hard for me to genuinely understand what the actual problems with healthcare are. So I think talking to my family and my peers in college who aren't in the military, I think that's going to be important for a topic like this. So I'm looking forward to researching more. It's a topic that really interests me, and I'm actually really excited to do this project.